Good afternoon, everyone. So Victoria and I, we have been on the phone trying to go live, and we are not tech savvy, so we're just gonna have to seek the home care. So I am just gonna drop in and tell you all some things about the pause plan. Prosper, Prosper retreat in October. Let's see if I can. You can't see me on there on the live.
You in the group?
Yeah, in the group.
No, I'm on the group. Girl, it keeps saying your sister's broadcast is down. That's crazy.
I don't know. Let me see. It says I'm live.
It says loading. Go live.
You still can't see me on here.
Nope. Let me refresh my page. Okay. Okay, I see. Is that all? Okay.
What about now?
Okay, you hear me? I hear you.
Okay. Can you
Okay,
see me?
great. I see you.
Uh,
So I hang up then, alright.
okay.
Okay.
Good afternoon. I am sorry about the delay, everyone. Victoria and I, we have been trying to figure out how do you add a person on your live, and we were unsuccessful with that. So we are going to team up on another day and come on live so we can be on here together, so you can get both of our faces since we are the ones who are heading this retreat that we're having in October. But I just wanted to come on here, give you a little information about the retreat. This retreat is purposely titled Pause, Plan, Prosper Retreat because I want it to be a space for us home care agency owners or any service based business owners to come together, collaborate on our business, and be able to grow our business with the vision that we have in 2027. So we want to go ahead and make plans in advance for 2027. Right now, we're in 2026. We're already in May, and as you see, these days are going by so fast. And before you know it, it'll be October. So hopefully, you had already had your plans for 2026, and you're doing those plans. So in October, when you come to the retreat, then you will be preparing for your 2027. And this retreat is really dear to my heart because I've always wanted to do a conference, and fear sort of held me back from doing it because who am I to host a conference, host a retreat? Especially when I first started, it was years ago when I first started. I wanted to do a conference somewhere, and I just never did because I felt like at the time I didn't have the experience to do it. But I definitely believe in the power of manifestation, and when God gives you a vision to do something, to do or your purpose, you definitely can't run from it. So that's one of the reasons why this purpose, this retreat is so dear to my heart because it's something that I always wanted to do. I've always had a passion for helping other people in their business. Even when I first started, I was always mentoring or helping someone in their business. So for Pause, Plan, Prosper retreats, this is just that. It is an opportunity for us to collaborate as business owners. I go to several conferences through the years. Every year, I'm going to a conference either in the beginning part of the year and the end of the year. I'm going to a conference to educate myself because you can never get so high that you know it all. So I'm always going to a conference. And most of the times when I go to the conference, it's always the people in the elevator, in the hallway, seated next to me in that room that I'm collaborating with. And sometimes get more information or more growth just collaborating with that person that I met. Is pretty much the best part of that conference. Getting to meet someone and find out what they're doing in their state and how we can learn from each other during the conference. But with this retreat, it's an intimate setting. It's only going to be 15 people at the max. And instead of meeting in the hallway, you and your BC can come there to that conference and be in an intimate setting. So it's going to be more of a setting where you can be transparent, right? You don't have this big group of people who you may feel like is judging you because you may not be at the same level they are, but it's going to be more transparent um, and more close so that we can give ideas. We can talk about the things that we've been through in our business because the times that I have had lows in my business, those are the times that you really don't tell people, you keep to yourself. But with this retreat, this is an opportunity to let that out and see how we can help each other and how we can help you to grow in your business. So we're gonna pause because a lot of times in your business you don't take the time out to pause. As business owners, we're always thinking about what's the next thing to do. How can we grow? How can we serve? How can we get better caregivers? How can we get more clients? How can we improve the lives of our clients? And we are always constantly going. Even when I go home, my mind is always on business. So that's the purpose of the pause. We're gonna pause. We're gonna have some relaxing time. This retreat is in the mountains. It's away from work. Hopefully your phone won't have any signal, so you won't have to worry about working. It's gonna be. It's got each room is like a you have your own separate space in your room. So it's a cabin, but it's a resort, like a hotel style cabin, because each room has, a bathroom inside their room. But there are shared spaces. So if you don't feel comfortable being in a room with someone you may not know, then definitely bring your business bestie because it's in a cabin, it's an intimate setting, and it's the time to get to know someone that you don't already know. How can they help you in your business? So it is a shared space. There is an option if you wanted your own room, but again, you meet people in conferences in the elevator, and sometimes you wish you would have had more time with them to be able to talk to them about their business. So this is the opportunity to be in that space with them to get more information. So we're gonna pause. We're gonna think about what we're doing in our business. We're gonna get away from the daily operations of our business. So that's the pause. Take some time for ourselves. We're gonna have different activities to do that. Wine and dine. Have us a little glass of wine and just relax. So we're pausing. And then our planning is when we get together, we're going to have different speakers come in, talk about financials, how you find those financial leaks in your business that is preventing you from increasing your profit in your business. Not revenue, because, revenue is good, but what do you have left over when you pay everybody? So we want to figure out how we can increase those profits. What can we do for that? We want to talk about CEO mindset, going from operator, doing everything, to developing that CEO mindset that you need to be able to grow your business and not work in your business. So that's the CEO mindset time. We are going to have systems. What systems that are working for myself, Victoria? What systems do we have in place that you can implement in your business to help you grow and expand? Not only that, each morning we are having prayer and affirmations, manifestation, because I believe that without God, we are nothing, right? And a lot of times we get our business and we don't give Him the time that He deserves. So I don't think there's a conference that you've been to that is going to implement this time that we're going to share together. So whatever you believe in, the higher power, we're going to take that time and get together and we're going to pray for our business. We are going to manifest what we want in our life. Think about those things. And we're going to create us some affirmations that we can live by daily. One thing that I do each day is I have affirmations. Um, what type of CEO I want to be, what life I want, what are those daily affirmations. But I also pray over my business every day. So we're going to do that first thing in each morning. Victoria, she's going to hit that, making sure we get prayer in for our business and our family and our purpose that we have, which is to serve our clients and our caregivers. We want to pray for our staff. We want to pray for our clients, all of that. So there's going to be the opportunities to do that. So just 30, 45 minutes of your time, we are going to his give him all the power out, give him what he deserved during that time. So if you are uncomfortable with being in a space with a group of people who love God and give him all the honor and the glory, then that may be a space that you may not feel comfortable in, because we are going to do that. And whatever higher power you have, that's your opportunity to do that as well. But we have a daily agenda of the items that we want to do each day. Everything is included. Your rooms are included. Your meals are included. There's only one dinner that Thursday night is not included, but breakfast, lunch, dinner is all included in your ticket price. So that's the planning part, is where we get together. We are going to plan our business. One day we have like a 90-day action plan that we're going to create to prepare us for 2027. So we don't want to, again, wait until January to figure out what we want to do. We want to start doing it in October. So January, we're already ready. October, we already know what our marketing plan is for January. Just recently, I had to think about the marketing that I've been doing. I've been realizing that my marketing is targeting the wrong people. So I need to make some adjustments in my marketing. I've been marketing for my business for years, right? But I just had a realization a couple of days ago. Girl, you are marketing. You are getting clients, but you need to make some changes in your marketing, because you're marketing for the wrong clients. So you keep getting the wrong clients, and we need to change some things up. So we're gonna have a plan, help you create a plan for that, Victoria and I, and we are going to give you information onto how we got to where we are. What have we done in our business for us to be successful? What have we done in our business where we've had failures? So it's going to be a transparent space for you. And then a prosper time, again, it's about manifesting what we want, giving praises and thanks to God for what He's done for us in our business, how far we have come right now in our business, and what we want in the future for our business. But just being thankful in the moment where you are, and know that there is opportunity for growth, and we are going to grow even more in our business and get to where we want to be. So this is going to be a great space. There are several payment options for you. Now into June 1st, we have our early birds. It's $9.97, and it's until June the 1st, and you can make a $200 deposit for it to hold your spot, but it has to be paid by June 1st. That $9.97 for VIP, and it's first come first serve. So if someone pay their amount before you, and you haven't paid your difference by the June 1st and only your deposit, then you won't be able to get the early bird special. So it's best that you go ahead and pay the early bird special at once. Then we have the general admission, which covers Thursday through Saturday. There's general admission is $1,200, and then our VIP starts Wednesday night. We're gonna have a dinner, and we're gonna have a meet and greet, and a wine tasting for Wednesday night. So Wednesday through Saturday, general admission Thursday through Saturday. So I dropped the link on our page, Pause, Plan, Prosper. So I dropped the link on there so you can go ahead and reserve your spots. But we're gonna be coming in here weekly. So I'm doing this week, and Victoria she'll do the next week to give you information about what she is gonna speak on and what she's gonna bring to Pause Plan Prosper. I wish that we could have got on here together, but it's a start, right? A lot of times in business, people don't start because they're a fear of failure, but you just have to go ahead and do it either way. So October 7th through the 10th. Go ahead, reserve your spot. When I tell you it's going to be awesome, I know it's going to be awesome because Victoria, for one, she is a woman of God. She has a thriving business and she is helping me to lead this retreat. So I already know right there it's going to be great. And myself, I know where I can offer information I can offer to someone to help them grow. And I know it's going to be a great retreat. It's going to be in an intimate setting. And bring your business bestie. Come out, get the information, go back, implement the information to help move your business forward. So again, you can go now to the website www.pauseplanprosperretreat.com and grab your ticket, your VIP, or your general admission, or you can go ahead and pay your deposits to hold your spot. Once you pay your deposits and we receive your deposit, we'll reach back out to you for the next steps as far as, setting you up a payment plan to complete your final payments. So again, you can also inbox myself. You can inbox me through this group, or you can follow me at Erica Thomas Intentional CEO Facebook and message me there. So yeah, drop your questions in here, and I'm gonna stay on for a while. Let's see. All right, Victoria. Okay. Yes, I got your deposit, Latoya, and it's going to be awesome. When I tell you, this is something that I always wanted to do is have a conference. Just started my business 2020. I would do boot camps and help people start their agency. And I kept saying, I want to do a conference. And I kept asking people to do it with me. That's the problem. I was asking people, no one wanted to do it with me because, we were new and I guess they thought we wouldn't get much tickets sold or whatever. So I never done it. And this is just something that God put on my heart. And I'm like, I got to do it. I don't care if 4 or 5 people come. This is something that I want to do. This is a way for me to help people. Be transparent with people. You know, tell them the mistakes that I made and how I was able to pivot and grow. And what systems do I have to help me with that? Because I know my systems are the bomb. I know they are. I have one in-person office staff, and I have VAs, and we don't miss a beat. Although, business, not saying you don't have issues or things happen, but I remember a time when I first started my agency, and I would dread the weekends. I mean, when weekend when weekend the weekends would come, I would not even want to even think about it because I knew they were gonna be call outs and it was gonna be stress. But now I have systems. So Victoria, I'm sorry, Toya, the deposit goes towards what you want. So do you? It's to hold your spot, and I was gonna reach back out to you to see if you wanted the VIP or if you wanted the general admission. So it covers the general admission. Mm. So that's what the early bird covers. Oh yeah, Victoria, and holidays. I would. Oh, holidays. It was so bad when holidays would come. I canceled holidays for the whole company. I mean, as far as client care, because every holiday it would just be so stressful. You know, where like if people are gonna go to their shifts. So the only holidays that we cover in our business is Christmas, New Year's Day, and Thanksgiving. And for those three holidays, we cancel. Only shifts that are not canceled are shifts that are total care. So unless you are a total care client, we are not coming to do visits on Christmas Day. Especially if you have family in the home. We don't do it. Now if you just gotta have someone, we will come for 2 hours to help get you prepared for the day. But we don't do holidays. Um, Unless you're total care. We're not just going to clean up on a holiday and just stress about if someone's gonna show or not on a holiday. Mm-mm. Not unless you're total care. Toya, are you coming by yourself or are you bringing someone? Okay. And what so? And I was just saying earlier. You know how you go to a conference and you meet people in the elevator. It's so funny. One of my mentees, I talked to her today, and she was telling me about two other ladies that she's gotten to know in Atlanta from when she went to the last meeting there. And I was like, oh, I know them, because I met them in the hallway at a conference. So hopefully they'll come to the retreat as well. They've been in business about 7 years as well. So hopefully they'll come. And that's a good thing because you're going to be in a retreat and this is your opportunity to be in a small space, non judgment zone, with people who have started personal care homes, adult daycare, um, be able to pick their brains about something. And also, my tax, my tax guy, my accountant, he's going to be speaking on financials and how you can save money in your business. Um, I'm gonna ask him to talk about the Augusta law if y'all don't know about that as far as you know using your house for 2 to 3 weeks for meetings to be it's a lot of stuff for tax saving. So see if he can talk about things like that to save money in your business because once you reach a certain threshold, those taxes be taxing and it can be a lot. So finding ways that you can save money on your taxes. So the resort is in Dahlonega, Georgia, and it is at Deer Park. And it's a very nice resort. Like I said, we have full breakfast. Your dinner is included. Your lunch is included. There's only one night, Thursday night, where we could probably go out to dinner that's not included. The speakers, everything, and that I think that's a great price because I've been to several conferences and I paid $700 just for the conference. The room isn't even included or my meals. And I've been to several conferences where they just serve you water and coffee. You hope to get some coffee if the sponsors the coffee. And the only way you can get lunch is if you pay. You already paid your $700 general admission, but the only way you can get a decent lunch if you pay another $300 for VIP just to eat. And the only thing again they serving you is some water and maybe coffee. That's those real conferences. That's the only thing you may get. So, like I said, I've spent so with seats, $900 just for the conference, not to include the extra $600 I had to spend on my room, not to include my meals. And you are a business owner, so don't even think about the money because you need to go on and pay for it before the year is up so you can file this on your taxes so you can get your money back. So this is a write off. This is a business conference. This is a write off. If you don't have anything else to write off, this is a write off on your business. So this isn't coming from your pockets. It should be coming from your business so that you can write it off. Because we don't think about those things. And along with writing it off, you are adding all your extra expenses that you are having to use to come to this retreat. So you're a boss. You're a boss, and we use business checking to pay for things like this. So it's gonna be awesome. I'm excited about it. Victoria and I we're gonna put a lot into it to make sure everyone gets their money's worth. Um, so it's definitely gonna be an experience, and again, it's from people who are doing it right now in business and are thriving and doing well. Yeah, Victoria, that's what I was just saying. This is an investment. This is a tax saving write off. And yeah, we definitely got to get Mark in to talk about taxes. And the thing I like about Mark is that he is specifically catered to home care. All his clients are home care, so that's why we're figuring out those things. And everybody is a LLC. A lot of people start a LLC, but is it time for your business to be a S corp? So you can file those taxes separately. So those are things that we need to be talking about in our business. Where is our money going? Because we definitely had to make some things, some changes in my business when I saw where all my tax money was going through. So just say this is a tax write-off expense. Before the year is out, you know how the end of the year you try to figure out what else can you write off before you do your taxes because you done made a lot of money and you got to write some stuff off. And this is one of them. So any other questions before I end? Again, I'm excited. I am excited about this retreat. We're gonna pause. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna plan our 2027. Cause we're January, March, April, May. We almost in the middle of 2026, and I feel like we just had a new year. It's almost June. After Mother's Day, and you got Mother's Day, you got graduation. It's, May is done. Not to try to push the days quickly, but it's going by quick. Yeah, Victoria, I did too. I had to go from an LLC to an S corp. Um, because it's when you're able to pay yourself at a decent salary, you no longer need to be a LLC. You definitely need to be a S corp in your business. And a lot of people, business owners, don't even know the difference between the two. Everybody is just ready to get their business license and say they got an LLC. So are you in the right tax bracket? But yeah, bring your business bestie. Um, Definitely bring your business bestie if you have one. Anything else I need to talk about, Victoria, while we're in here? So the early bird special is for general admission only. It's not for VIP. It's just for the general admission. Um, If you want to be VIP, then that cost is 1,500, and that's for, if you want to come in early for early arrival. For that Wednesday night, we're gonna have dinner for you. We're gonna have a real boss night Wednesday night. So we're gonna have dinner. We're going to have some networking time with each other for Wednesday night, so you won't be rushing. Now, if you decide to come in on it Thursday, then again 8 a.m. is breakfast. We really don't get started till about 10 a.m. with our speakers. So I mean, you have until 10 to get there. So if you want to just come that morning and skip breakfast, depending on where you're coming from, you can do that as well. But I would say get there Wednesday night so you won't be rushing. You can, relax and enjoy that night. Oh, so that's what's included in VIP Victoria, the Wednesday night. So Thursday starts general admission, and the Wednesday night is just that early day to come in. So the retreat is actually October 8th through 10th. That October the 7th is VIP night where we're going to be doing dinner, a nice dinner, meet and greets. We're going to be doing a wine tasting that night. Just collaboration with one-on-one time with each other that Wednesday night. And again, for you not to have to rush to try to get up on Thursday to come to Georgia for the retreat, you'll already be there on Wednesday night. So that's a great investment just to go ahead and get in on Wednesday night because we're gonna start early. Like I said, 10 a.m. So if you're in Georgia and you leave at 8 or 6 and get there by 10, you can do that as well if you're already in Georgia. But if you're coming in from out of state or far out, you might want to invest in that VIP ticket. But it's gonna be really, really nice that Wednesday night. We're gonna have some stuff for you. So the conference it starts. Breakfast is at 8 a.m. every morning. Full buffet breakfast. Then 9 a.m. we have our affirmations manifestation time starts at 9 a.m. And then the conference doesn't start to till 10. So or not conference because it's intimate setting. So we're really just gonna be together and having a speaker. It's gonna be like you're in school. That's our time to write some notes and um, get educated on those topics. So I'm just gonna really, really quick go over some of the topics that we're gonna be talking about. Um, let's see. So again, which I already went over some of the topics. But this is just tentative. There may be some changes. So our keynote, our speaker session begins at 10 a.m. Each morning. So 10 a.m. If you want to skip breakfast, you just want to sleep until 10, that's fine with us. So 10 a.m. That Thursday, the CEO mindset. How do we go from operator, doer to CEO mindset? So that's what that speaker is going to be talking about. Then at 11 a.m. that Thursday, we're having a workshop. I'm actually implementing that workshop, and it's called Systems That Scale. So I'm going to be bringing in SOPs that I currently have, how I manage my SOPs in my Excel, and making sure when they're updated, how that runs. Hiring frameworks. How am I hiring? How do we retain our caregivers? What is our hiring framework that we have? And operational infrastructure, going over those things that we use in our daily operations. Then we'll have lunch. Again, we're covering lunch, so you don't have to worry about that. 2 p.m. We're going to be talking about Victoria is going to be talking about different revenue streams, private pay, how everybody wants private pay clients, but actually, how do we sit down and we figure out a marketing plan for these private pay clients, and who is she going to? How is she getting these private pay clients? Because that's that's a topic that I really can't speak too much about because I'm just getting into getting more private pay clients, and that's what I was saying. I had to shift my mindset because I've been marketing, but I've been marketing for the wrong clients. So Victoria's gonna be talking about where is she going because I know she is mostly private pay. She doesn't really focus on Medicaid. And then after at 3, we are going to be going over financials with Mark, how to increase revenue and profitability in our business. We're going to be doing that. And then 4 p.m. And this is what I see. This is what I be wanting when I go to a conference. So that's why I'm bringing it to us. Mastermind hot seats, um, small group problems, and peer feedback. So what issues are we having? Like this is a woosah time that we're gonna get together and discuss like issues you're having in your business with clients, caregivers, office staff, whatever it may be. How are we um, handling those issues when they arise? Because everybody handles things different, but how maybe the way you handle something, I may not handle it the same way. But just getting a perspective on how are you handling those things when they do arise. So I think that's a great session that we're gonna have that Thursday night. All right. And then Friday night, Friday, again, we don't start until 10 a.m. Breakfast and morning prayer affirmations and manifestations, if you choose to participate in those things. So at 10 a.m., leadership that retains and inspires, building culture and reducing turnover. So in home care, there seems to be um, a downside to it or uh, just I don't even know what to say, a stigma to it that there's a high turnover rate in home care. Well, how can we fix that problem, right? How can your organization not be part of that problem to where you have a high turnover? So how do we fix that problem? Then at 11 a.m., the workshop is marketing your business, digital presence, referral partners, and community authority. What should you be doing in your community to get your brand out there so people can see who you are in your business? And then 2 p.m., um, overcoming burnout in your business, building a team, and stepping out of daily operations. And I am going to be doing that session because I've been there, I've done that where I've done everything, doing everything, working in the business, working on the business, and I can say the last time I know at least 2 years, three, at least two. I'm gonna say 2 years that I have went and touched the client because I just don't have to, you know. So um, how am I not doing those things? What have I implement to not have to go out and physically work with the client? And even up to the point now to where like community events, I will do those things, but I have my nurse or whoever to go out to do those things for me. And 3 p.m. after that is um, real talk from business owners, stories, lesson learned, and Q&A. So we're gonna have another. So the day before, when we're in our group session, we're going to be talking about problem solving and peer feedback, those type things. Like we're going to give you some constructive criticism. But on that Friday night is more of um, your stories, and I can tell my story of how I had to go back to work and start over. So I'm gonna tell my story during that time. I'm gonna save it for the retreat. And then we're gonna do a strategy mapping session at 4 from 4 to 6. So 2 whole hours. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna plan out our 90-day plan for January, and we're gonna have a framework for it: operations, financials, marketing, client retention, caregiver retention. We're gonna map out each portion of it. Um, to how we want that 2027 to look. And then we're going to set a goal. How much money do you want your business to bring in? Have you set that target? How much do you want to see? In revenue do you want to see, or you just winging it? So we need to know those things to grow. And then on Saturday is our last day. We have breakfast. At 9 a.m. we're gonna do morning momentum and accountability session. So we're gonna make sure everyone have their contacts. We are gonna talk about the things that we have set for our goals, and Victoria is gonna take us out with talking about how you are the vision of your business, and she's going to give us some inspiration and you know, um, give us what we need to be able to grow our business and close us out with prayer. So we are going to end it that way for it Saturday. So it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. Um, I'm looking forward to it. And again, the link is in the chat, in the comments. I'm sorry, Victoria dropped it there. So go ahead. When we get to 15, it's closed. No more tickets. We are max now. Next year, I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. But this year, I've already claimed it. We're going to get to 15 people, and it's done. So make sure you get your tickets. Matter of fact, I already have a few people that have already pre-registered and want to get their general admission tickets. So, again, Victoria, she's gonna come back in here next week and do a live for you all and give give her input on the retreat. So, I'll see y'all in the next couple weeks. Or until me and Victoria figure out how we can come on here together. But right now, we're gonna do opposite weeks. All right, y'all have a great night. You enjoy your weekend and know that you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. Y'all have a good night.